Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla, and welcome back to Doom Eternal. When we last left off, we just started another nightmare run on this game, seeing if I can get a fresh take on the game, basically before I decide to get a review for it. I really am wondering if I'm going to have to go through the entire campaign in order to do a review, because I feel like I've sort of got kind of like a good grasp on it, and I can always reference my original playthrough of it. But anyways, we did Hell on Earth, which is the first level. Now we're heading to the Fortress of Doom, and we're going to start the second level.
I do not have the means to locate the second Hell Priest. Your celestial locator is missing a component.
Just probably needs a few AAAs.
We will need a replacement.
Exultia.
I've completed the redesign of your equipment launcher. The flame belch is now ready for your approval.
This is an ARC broadcast. There are reports coming out of the quarantined hellified zone near the San Andreas Chasm. This is an ARC broadcast. There are reports coming out of the quarantined hellified zone near the San Andreas Chasm. Satellite imagery show what ARC personnel believe to be the legendary Doomslayer himself fighting the mortally challenged. The Doomslayer, or Doom Guy as he is sometimes referred to, was thought to be a myth of the Resistance, a sort of avenging angel. He was last reported to be seen on Mars and is allegedly responsible for the destruction of the Argent Tower there. He disappeared soon afterwards. The UAC continues to deny all reports of his existence. We will continue to broadcast new information as we receive it.
I mean, considering that the UAC has been basically taken over by Hell, why would you expect them to? Okay, I'm gonna go with Health for Blood this time, because I honestly think that it's much easier to basically get extra health than it is to get extra armor. So, basically I'm gonna want the blood punches to refill a whole lot faster.
The portal is activated and ready when you are.
Thank you, Vega. Right, let's do this. Exultia. This level and I, we have a rather tenuous history, because I'm pretty sure that across literally all the times I've ever tried to record myself doing a campaign of this game, I have had to re-record myself playing this level no less than 5 times. I gotta say, it irritated the crap out of me. But hopefully, I know I can see that I'm definitely recording this time, so shouldn't be any problems. The Crucible. I really do wonder if id Software would consider doing a prequel game that actually takes place in the years that Doomslayer was a part of the Sentinel culture. If we could actually... It wouldn't necessarily be a Doom game, it would be in the Doom universe, but you wouldn't have guns, you would basically... It would basically be swords and sorcery. Because this concept, they've put so much thought and effort into it that I'd really like to see a little bit more of it. Yeah. Translation from the Ligra Sultagena, the Book of Kings. What treachery comes from our darkest selves, driven by greed and want, for I have been deceived by the Dig. They came north with I, the priests, as allies to our cause against the Khan Maker and her unscrupulous methods. Their silvery tongues wagging, they laid a plan for us, and sowed the seeds of desire for hasty triumph. They claimed knowledge of the Maker's source of power, the demon realm, a vast foundry of souls where the innocent are put to the fire for essence. In the foundry's destruction, our victory is assured, they told us. And the fools that we were, that I am, believed their lies. On their word, we sent the Doomslayer and the Night Sentinels to destroy the foundry, and the priest cast a gate for their egress. As the last veteran entered the demon's empire, our final hope of reclaiming our dominion, the Deeg closed the path and left them stranded. They were trapped, lost in the eternal void by the actions of the traitors. How can I not see their intention? Am I blinded by grief for the loss of Terras Nabad, of my people, of my son? We have fled again, with barely a legion of the Night Sentinels left to protect us. The Deeg are gone, returned to their mistress. May the Wraiths forgive my failure. Ah! It still looks like the Infinity Gauntlet. Seriously, just put some gemstones on that. Let's see. Honestly, this is always the toughest decision because a lot of these are really good to have, but I think I want to start out with Equipment Fiend because basically the load times on the equipments, they're just a little bit too long. That is equipped, right? Yep. Probably shouldn't stand right there. Ow. Never been able to do them that fast before. Huh. Maybe I actually did get good along the ways. Or maybe I'm starting to remember it. You've got to keep your eye on the prize. Ow! Gotta remember, if you want to swap weapon mods, throw a punch. Probably should have chainsawed at least one of them. There are a lot of questions that I have about the Sentinel culture. Like, did they actually have guns? I mean, yeah, they were capable of making the ballista, so... But what I mean by guns is, like, they've got all this ammo lying around that's good for, like, the Doom guys' weapons and whatnot. Did they have... Were they able to approximate conventional weaponry based on, like, what the Doom guy could tell them? Argenta legend speaks of sentinel beasts, loyal creatures that lived as companions of the hardened warriors. Often larger, swifter, and stronger than others of their kind, these animals shared instincts with their masters and aided them in battle. The Night Sentinels never shared publicly the origin of these creatures, for only they stood worthy of them. Yep, that's something that I'll have to include in the review. Finally gonna get the most essential gameplay mechanic of this game. Probably second only to the meat hook. Wait a second. That symbol. This feels like an Easter egg. I've never noticed it until now, but it feels like an Easter egg. Can anybody tell me, like, something that id Software might be referencing? Okay. The World Spear. The Wraiths. Translation from the Ligra Sultagena. In the days before man first spoke, an immense shard of rock and metal was cast onto the world from the heavens. Thunder and cataclysm shook the lands as the skies were torn asunder. The cosmic spear cleft a hole through our mortal lands, pole to pole, from the cold wastes of the umbral plains to the fetid swamps of Ironfang. The womb of the world opened, and the elemental wraiths, the firstborn, spilled forth. They took to the skies, fierce in their emancipation. In their exultation they brought vitality to the land, and all that felt their breath were awakened from eternal slumber. Fierce beasts and an unforgiving biosphere rose in the passing of their shadow, as the wraith call echoed across Argent Denur. First came the Ancestrals, feral creatures invigorated by the magic of the wraiths. They grew to enormous heights, mighty behemoths who waged war with each other for years untold. Their battles tore the land asunder, and destroyed all creation caught in their wake. The wraith call continued to spread across the land, and soon the Argenta emerged from the steppes, our souls stirred into form by the power of their breath. The Titans towered over the wild-blooded tribes, but found them uncowed. The secret of the sword was discovered, and in the darkness of sweltering mountain forges, we beat steel until it was strong enough to pierce bone and sever flesh. Thus we came to be, born of rock and fire, lowly in birth but risen by the strength of our will. By the blessedness of the first ones, we forged sword and shield, and took the hammer to the Ancestrals. We claimed dominion of creation by right of blood and magic, and the time of man came to be. With the ancestral beasts driven back, their bleak valleys With the ancestral beasts driven back to their bleak valleys, we rose. We tilled the fertile land, husbanded the beasts of burden, and built towering cities in the hallowed palace on the obsidian throne. We crowned King Ormero the Father, the first of the line that shall reign in perpetuity. We built the Cathedral of Reflection to worship the First Ones, and formed the Order of the Dague, the priests who paid tribute to the wraiths and appeased their tempestuous hunger. Our sons and daughters chose the path of sword or the path of the alchemist, for each duty honors the gods. Through our ways we were righteous, Although our ways were righteous, we were not without strife. Storms and great quakes cast our spires down. Barbaric tribes laid siege to our fields in search of the great gifts Mother Argenta had bestowed upon our world, and the song of the wraith called threatened to drive lesser men into madness. But we were not lesser men. We defended that which the first ones gifted to us, our lands, and the right to the bounty held within. We beat back the barbarian hordes and hardened our resolve. We rose above the fire, our bodies and souls tempered, and an unbreakable will was shaped in the forge of battle. What emerged was the heart of our legion, the Order of the Night Sentinels. Wow, I've got a lot of weapon upgrade tokens, and I didn't even realize it. Okay, so honestly, it's probably a good idea that I start with the sticky bombs, because right now they're technically my bread and butter. Getting what am I trying to say? Getting the full auto for the shotgun is a good idea, because once it's fully mastered, I can get ammo back for it, which is really good. It's really nice to have, so... But this... Finally. The game is going to feel just a little bit more right now that I've got this. And I'll save my thoughts about it, and what I think could have been done with it, for the review. That way... Do I need anything? What do you think, Pooch? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! I really I really hope that the Ancient Gods somewhat makes this more understandable, because that's part of the reason why I'm going to do a review of the game before the Ancient Gods, because the plot of the game is going to be a part of the review, so... And as it stands, King Novik just doesn't make sense in this scene. He's the one who set you on this journey. When you basically start at the beginning of Hell on Earth, he's the one who's telling you to rip and tear until it is done. And then he tells you this? There's only one way that it can be done, Novik, and that's for them to die.
Why are you here?
Answer him!
I was asking you,
It's the police commissioner.
and you brought him down here.
The Mystic Lantern.
You cannot kill the priests.
I'm already 1/3 of the way there,
You know
dude.
our laws. Despite their transgressions against the Covenant, they are still of Sentinel blood. What you interfere with now is bigger than you can imagine. It is written. It is their time to give penance. If you continue, you will bring down the heavens' wrath. You are but one man. They are no longer your people to save.
I really do wonder, is that King Novik's spirit, or is that just a hologram? Because if that's a hologram projection, then that means that King Novik is somewhere and he's probably safe. But if it's his spirit, then that means he's dead, and somehow he's been protected from hell? I don't know. Okay. Vega data entry. King Novik ruled over the Sentinel Prime for many years as its warrior patriarch, ordained by the order of the sovereign Sentinel worlds. The Sentinel people, defined by a legacy of war, deem only those of warrior caste befit to rule, and in times of battle it is expected that the king lead from the battlefield rather than the safety of the throne. As it is written in Sentinel law, a king unfit for battle is likewise unfit for rule. For millennia, the Sentinel people have secured their civilization against the threat of invasion from beast and human alike, passing on the mantle of battle to each subsequent generation and refining the craft of war into an art and of ultimate mastery. Even in times of peace, the Night Sentinels remain vigilant, developing new technologies of conquest, each more capable of securing their dominion across the sovereign worlds. Because you see, that's one of the things that I'm ultimately curious about, because, like, I really do wonder, if King Novik actually is dead, I think that basically based on what we know from Doom 2016, the Korax tablets, the entries from Hell, they claim that the Doomslayer wore the crown of the Night Sentinels. Now, we know that, like, the Night Sentinels are basically just an elite class of warriors, but we also see later in this game that the Night Sentinels in the headquarters of Terras Nabad, they have a throne, and it has the Doomslayer symbol on it. So maybe at some point King Novik got killed, and the Slayer, by being the strongest of the Night Sentinels at the time, he basically was given right to rule. This Joker's incorrigible. Gotta remember to chainsaw. There might be some ammunitions over there. Yep. Okay, so... I told you I know what I was doing. Right, let's go to hell.
This Sentinel battery can be used to provide additional power to your ship. Several modules remain unused. Finding more batteries will enable you to utilize the full functions of your command station.
It's a good thing that I spotted that, because I was like thinking, am I leaving something behind, something that I can use? And boom! Full armor chest plate. Plasma gun. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't nearly far enough. Open up and say, ah. Man, I can't wait to start collecting those Praetor suit tokens. Get in the hole. Get in the goddamn hole, Portman. Like, why are my arms still glowing green? I mean, still glowing blue. I'm not colorblind. At least I don't think I am. But seriously, like, do they... Aren't they only supposed to glow blue when you collect a health pickup? Oh yes, the purple goo. So easily forgettable and yet so contemptuous. Definitely going into the review. You know, my first few weeks playing this, I actually could jump to that platform if I just remembered what I was doing. No! And I punched a hentacle. Honestly, I feel like I get more mileage out of the heat blast. I'm just not skilled enough with the microwave beam to actually utilize it in combat all that efficiently.
There is a Sentinel power core nearby. You can use it to activate the mech and clear a path forward.
Still can't skip these. Wait a second. I thought I just saw that mountain range move. I gotta admit, this game really did a good job of, like, yeah, I'll save that for later. Yep. Someone came. Translation from the Ligra Sultagena, Book of Kings. In the time of grief, when King Etrex took the throne, a blessing came to the people of Argenta. White porcelain beings from a world above our own brought gifts to Denur, observers to our great deeds, admirers of our convictions. They sought to make bond with our swords and bring lasting order to our world. These were beings unlike any we had seen before. Sword and shield held no weight against them, for this ethereal flesh of these luminous beings seemed unbound by mortality. Able to move through time and space, they held sway over all dominions of the known and unknown dimensions. Though through their ways we grew stronger, our society bolstered by their infinite wisdom and all-knowing power, assuring our people's safety for all time, in this world and the next. Where we sharpened the blade and mastered our magic, they bolstered the soul and spirit. Death would no longer be the end for our people, the ones we call the Makers. Our new allies in this brutal world have given us the security in death we fought so hard to achieve in life. We would find eternal peace, and our minds would rest easy with the knowledge that those we fought alongside in battle would join us in the lands beyond the mortal plane. The strength of our ways, the purity of our essence, would, by Maker law, grant us passage to the great city in the clouds. There, our women and children, warriors and kin alike, would welcome us. We adopted the holy doctrines of the Makers, gifted in exchange with the chance to earn eternal rest for our immortal souls in blessed Urdak. The covenant we held, now under the embrace of our new gods, fostered a peace we had never known, for they were unlike the first ones, whose presence offered no paradise from fear, and the uncertainty of existence in a harsh and unforgiving world. The Maker's embrace was warm and guided us into an era of spiritual prosperity. Yep. Tally ho! Hey Tom, how many doors do you think we need? Better make it at least 3. Yeah, 3 big doors. Like I said, I gotta admit, that's some pretty cool foreshadowing they've got there, because your first time playing through this, you're probably so focused on the giant sentinel mech and the Titan, but back there in the background, that's Necroval. We're actually pretty damn close to their foundry. See if I can win the teddy bear. Smile, you son of a... That's satisfying. Man, look at that. It really does look like it has a ceiling, doesn't it? This is masterfully hidden. Who threw that piece of paper at me? Well, you know what they say. No guts, no glory. For a second there, I thought that sinewy flesh there looked like cobwebs. I mean, because you gotta know that if hell exists, there are spiders there. I'm not talking about the arachnotrons either. Here they come. We'll go get them. And no way I'm going in there. What happened to my frame rate there? Okay, how many tokens have I got? 5. Yep. Time for me to start aiming for the arachnotrons again. Micro missiles from Micronesia. Sorry. Just had dinner before basically started recording. You know what? Leave that there. Punch. Punch and weave. What happened to my flame belch? Oh, it wasn't reloaded yet. Aye. My nose itches. My hour is almost up. Come on, I gotta get a move on. Come on. Come on. Boom, baby. Guts. Huge guts. Rip and tear. I honestly cannot believe that id Software has officially canonized that. Well, this should be my first upgrade, Health for Blood. So, from now on, every single time I collect more health power-ups from glory kills while I'm at full health, I should be able to power up my Blood Punch, because Blood Punch is good. Blood Punch is life. Well, I hit him. Swallow this. Okay, so I was caught off guard by him coming down to greet me. What can I say? I've always killed that guy from a distance. Translation from the Ligra Sultagena. With the machine and enchantment of the makers, the Argenta brought newfound clarity to the desperate realms of the Empyrean Void. We took flight with the support of our gods, spreading the enlightened word of the Khan Maker. We discovered that there was not one enemy, but many. Worlds and peoples unknown to the Argenta were unveiled, and we saw our own suffering reflected in their eyes. Our righteous army strode into battle under the banner of the Night Sentinels and fought for the freedom of all peoples from the grasp of those who would exploit and prey upon them. Yeah, sure. Though we battled on soil not our own, the blood we shed in foreign lands safeguarded Argent Denor and the sons and daughters that defended it. Though the strange peoples we liberated through the strange peoples we liberated, new alliances were formed, and our beliefs became their own. Our armies swelled. As the Argenta traversed the stars with gleaming war fleets, the Khan of the Makers approached King Rowan on his throne. He sensed his god restless in her disquiet manner. The king and Khan spoke, and the god revealed she had foreseen a schism in the blood of the Argenta. A test would be required to identify its host among us. She spoke of a holy rite to be performed on the strongest of our warriors. Only those that proved worthy would be tested, for the impurity could reside in only the most resilient of our legion. The divinity machine, a great tribute by the maker Scholaris, would help us to cleanse any impurities from our flock, ensuring that our continued prosperity in this world and in the maker realm that awaited us in the afterlife. The malicious one, if not exhumed from our ranks, would jeopardize our safe passage to the heavenly realm of Urdak. The Dark One was not amongst them yet, nor would he be for many generations. Only the Mother God, through divination and Maker Sight, would determine when he stood before them, and the Makers were truth, and only their unclouded eyes could find the one who was marked. The prophecy of the Unholy One was written, but through the ages the warning grew faint, until only the Khan Maker herself and the high priests of the Order of Deeg still whispered of he that would one day come to threaten our way of light. The Fortress of Doom. I actually didn't find this the first time I played through it. Could have sworn that that's meant to open. So, I've made a decision about basically how I'm going to do this playthrough. Because basically I've already played through the game 100%, I'm not necessarily going for a 100% run, so I will not be doing the Slayer Gates. Because I really just don't feel the need to. Plus, not having the Unmaker will basically be easier to pretty much like go for the BFG when I need it. Slayer Gates. Feh. I guess they only show up when you take the armor, which is fine by me. Wait a second, I could have...
The betrayer's life signal is nearby.
Thank you, Vega. Aha! Kekademon. Open up! This is the police!
There are motion sensors and artillery everywhere.
Hello, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Samuel Colt?
I told you all to leave me here. I am where I belong.
My suit's shinier than yours.
Saving your people will not bring you peace. Only make the burden you carry worse.
Oh, and it's all sparkly glowy.
And now you seek to defy the Calm Maker herself. It is your people's time now to give penance, just as it was mine.
The Slayer turns to walk this way.
Hear me, Slayer. When his heart is laid to rest, then his soul will be at peace. And so will mine.
But the way out is that way. Seriously, where was he going? Or did he just want to walk away from Valen? Was that codex entry down here or up there? Hammer time. After years of prolonged war against the demonic threat invading their world, Argent D'Nor launched an offensive strike across dimensions, sending their greatest warriors into the heart of hell itself. Despite their training and their preparedness, their honor was undone by deceit. Betrayal at the highest levels of command left Argent D'Nor's bravest warriors cut off and scattered across the hellscapes. But of these last remaining Night Sentinels, only one remained in hell by choice. Betrayer of the Argenta, it was Commander Valen who relinquished the keys to the Elemental Sepulchre in return for his son's resurrection. Haunted by the demonic visions, the image of his son's tortured existence plagued him without relent, the whispers of demons pushing him towards madness. In a moment of weakness, he fell prey to the demon's trickery, sealing the fate of Argent D'Nor and dooming the kingdom to which he swore a lifelong oath to protect. Valen chose exile in the hellscape for his sacrilege. Now, from what we know about how hell works, from how we learn about it later on in the game, I feel like basically Valen gets a lot of flack for betraying the Night Sentinels. Like, how could he be stupid enough to have believed the demons that they would return his son to him? But I don't think that's what Valen was after. I don't think that he actually expected his son to be brought back to life, because from what we learn in this game, whenever someone is
The
killed...
extraction point has been identified. I will mark its location on your HUD.
Whenever someone is killed in this game by a demon from hell, they get transported to hell itself. And basically, then the demons pretty much have their way with them. They kill them, they torture them, and that's how they extract the souls from the body. So the idea is that Valen's son must have been slain in battle by a demon, and so all he could think about was how his son was now being tortured for the culling process, for the process of making Argent energy for the makers. He didn't want that to basically be his son's entire existence, so I'm thinking that what he was hoping for was basically his son would be freed from that. Not good. Not good. A no-brainer. Here, hold this. Oop, I missed. Ah. Come on. Right, let's get out of this creepy place. Slayer gates. Well, anyways, that was Exultia, and that's all the time that I've got for this video. If you liked it, leave a comment down in the comment section below, like it, share it with your friends, do all that great stuff. If you want to keep up to date with more Doom Eternal coming at you, smash the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.